Look at this. This is Portugal's website. I don't own it. I don't have the admin's password. I never touched its source code, but I typed one line inside the search bar, and now this entire page says hacked by Cyber Zulka in red. How? For weeks, this broke my brain. You see, I thought hackers had to hack into the CSS file and edit it manually. No, this isn't the case. And in the next 7 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how Reflected XSS works using the search bar hack that finally made it click for me. Quick disclaimer: everything you see is performed inside an intentionally vulnerable training lab from Portugal Web Security Academy. I have permission to test this environment, and this video is purely for educational purposes, just to build more secure apps. Don't try this on real websites. You see, when I started, XS confused me the most. Someone would say, yeah, I injected style in opening tag, header 1, color red in curly brackets, then style in closing tag in the search, and change the heading. And I'm like, bro, how? You see, in my head, it was 2 steps. Step 1, you inject and get access. And then the next step, you go open style.css and change it manually. If you think like that, you are not alone. I did that too, and it was wrong. So it's one step. The payload itself is the change. Now, come to think of a restaurant with a rude waiter. You walk in and say, my name is Zulka. He shouts to the kitchen, Zulka is here, and that's normal. Now, imagine I walk in and I say, my name is Zulka. Actually, tell everyone the words are red and Comic Sans, and he doesn't think again. He just shouts exactly what I said. Hey, everyone, actually, the words are now red. The customers hear it and they start looking for red words. Did I paint anything? No. I just made the waiter repeat my instructions. That's Reflected XSS. My search term equals what? What I told the waiter. And the server is what? The waiter who repeats it without checking. So your browser is what? The customer who obeys it, and that's the key difference from what? Stored XS. The waiter forgets it immediately. If you come after me and search pasta, you won't see red. You only see if you search my evil phrase, and if you trick someone into clicking my evil phrase inside it, game over. So let's prove it. Alright, so let's prove it live. In the lab, we have what? Reflected XS into what? HTML context with nothing encoded. This is 100% legal on what? Portugal Academy. So I go to the search bar, I don't type anything. I punch in this payload. So let's break the payload down. We have style in what? An opening tag. This is the wrapper. It's like, hey browser, what comes next is not a text. It is what? A CSS rule. So run it. Then we have the star. This is a selector, not just header 1. So it targets every element on the page. Then this is the back. We have another portion of the payload, which is what? The background color red, and then important color white. So this is the action. It does what? It paints the whole background red and forces the text white. Then the last portion of the payload is what? The closing tag for the style. Now, the whole line is the payload, not step 1. It is the hack. So I hit search and then boom, look. Check in the URL bar. You see, I never opened any CSS file. Why? Check in the URL bar. You will see that we have the exact same payload in the URL bar. So the server took my search term and pasted it directly into what? The HTML page. And your browser sees style and thinks what? It's a website that wrote it. So it obeys it. The change happens in your browser, and that's Reflected XSS. Now, watch the scary version for thumbnail and in the same lab. So in the search bar, we paste this particular payload and we run it. And game over. That's the shot. Now, the $1 million question is, how do developers stop my post trick? You see, they stopped trusting you completely. My trick only worked because what? The site treated my data as what? A code. So this is called output encoding. So watch this. My payload was what? Style in what? In an opening tag. Then the body was what? The body background was red. And style in what? A closing tag. So before it shows it on the page, the server escapes it. It converts dangerous characters into what? Harmless text. So the angled bracket becomes what? And alt semicolon. So now we have style in what? Those angled brackets. So the full load becomes what? Alt semicolon style alt GT. This is the opening tag. Then we have the closing tag as what? The same alt and alt semicolon. Then / style and GT semicolon. So to you watching this, the page, it still looks like what? A style in what? An opening tag. But to the browser, it's not an instruction anymore. It's just a text. It doesn't run itself. So remember, in Reflected XSS, you don't hack the server file. You trick what? The server into reflecting your output, and the victim's browser treats it as what? A real code. And it only works if I trick you into clicking my malicious link. So in episode 2, we do what? Stored XS, where I paint the wall once and everyone sees it forever. So no link needed. This is Cyber Zulka. If you find this content interesting and educative, don't forget to subscribe and share as well. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.